This is the S&P 500 SPDR ETF SPY 1-month overview reading for the month of October 2024. It's currently September 15th, 2024, 6:36 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading is $562.01. That's USD. And the shuffle video for the October reading was created on August 20th, 2024, 10:04 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the video playing for you in the lower left corner. So what we're going to go over in this video is the overall chart behavior. We're going to talk about the highest highs and the lowest lows, what type of chart behavior they're going to have, and the general timing where we see those down to the day. We're going to talk about the best trades that we see throughout the month. And then at the end of the video, we're going to review the previous month's reading to see what our accuracy was like. All of that in this video, so just stay tuned to the end and you can see how we did. With that said, the overall theme of behavior for SPY, out of a decline or scary. So the futility card usually is a big move to the upside out of a decline, and it's some sort of chart behavior that's really scary, and you would expect us to go lower, but instead we move to the upside. Sometimes it's overwhelming headwinds, and you would expect to go lower, but instead we move higher. Either way, it usually starts out of a decline, big move to the upside, standing out on a multi-day scale. It's crossed with a prominent move higher, followed by a full retracement. Overall looks bearish for the month. On the first, we have an important resistance level that's highlighted on a multi-day scale. It's a resistance level that we failed to break through many times before. Sometimes there's a decline off of that resistance. Sometimes there's not. Usually there's a decline off of it. What's interesting is that it looks like we probably had a low, like a lower price level than all of this stuff over here, like the previous day of the last day of the prior month. That's what I'm picking up on. And there is probably like a highest high thus far here on the cusp of the first and the second. On the second, we're bound by range, and that's on a multi-day scale. There's a move higher and then a full retracement of that move back down, making like a triangular shape on a chart. And then there's a resistance level on the third highlighted that we declined from pretty notably on a multi-day scale. But usually when you see the Ace of Swords, what happens is we revisit that resistance level in the not too distant future. Looks like we probably revisit it on the fourth, most likely. But either way, there's a trade opportunity there on the third, where you could open up a short position at a highest high for the month, high thus far, open up a short position there. You might be able to, I would probably wait and close the short position on Monday morning. There's going to be a notable rally to the upside on Monday morning, increasing with momentum moving forward in time. But I think there's probably such a sharp drop somewhere on the fourth. After revisiting the resistance from the third, when we revisit on the fourth, there's a sharp drop on a multi-day scale into the weekend. It actually looks like there's the decline from the third into the fourth, an unexpected move to the upside back into a failed attempt to break through resistance, followed by a sharp decline on a multi-day scale, taking us into Monday morning. In that rally on Monday, increasing with momentum, you could open up a short position in the midst of that rally. After closing a short position in the morning, you could open up a short position probably open up a partial short midday or to the end of the day there, add to that short on the 8th. And then you would be able to close that short on the 14th. We'll get into that in just a moment. But there's sideways behavior, a sideways rotation on the 8th along key support, ending with a fast sudden move higher. And then it looks like a gap down of some kind or a drop overnight. The morning of the 9th, we have a rally that starts out of a trough. And there's some sort of tricky chart behavior on the 9th. I'm advised to be cautious there, not to do the wrong thing impulsively. Best to take a look at the one-day reading for the 9th for more clarity on that day. On the 10th, there's a lot of volatility. A lot of price change, pretty mixed, but there's a sharp decline off of a peak on the 11th, taking us into a trough there, possibly even a lowest low thus far. And then we have a strong probable location of a lowest low around the 14th. If there's a lowest low there on the 14th, then that means we're revisiting it on the 21st, and I'll get into that in more detail as we progress. But the 14th is where I would want to exit out of a short position that I opened up there between the 7th and the 8th. I'd want to close that there probably in the morning, but we'd have to look at the daily to get more clarity again. There's three pokes. There's a peak towards the end of the day on the 14th, and then we have three pokes through the same resistance level or trend line. We have three pokes through the same resistance level or trend line taking place on the 15th. Off of the third poke, there's a sharp drop. That turns into a rally into the 16th. So from that sharp drop, either into the end of the day, and then there's a rally early in the morning on the 16th, or the sharp drop ends and there's a rally starting on the 15th out of that sharp drop. Either way, the rally's halted on the 16th, marked by a decline through key support. A notable rally on the 17th, marking trade opportunity. Open up a short position again. Should be a pretty big move there, I think. You would open up a short position, possibly add to the short position in the morning on the 21st, but more likely what will happen is you'll want to close the short position towards the end of either way, even if you add to it in the morning, either way you want to close the short position most likely at the end of the day on the 21st or on the 22nd. Again, we'll take a look at the dailies, or you want to take a look at the daily readings. Guys, the best way to utilize this information for trading purposes is to get our early access subscription, which gives you our Discord channel for SPY and the live trading alerts, because sometimes we're plus or minus a day here. The sequence of events is good as a guiding tool, but in real time becomes much more valuable information in real time, because there's all these little holes that are filled in, and you're able to make good trading decisions based on that. But you don't even have to do that. All you need to do is follow the charts where I put in the circles, the ellipses on the chart for entry and exit, and follow the live Discord trade alerts, all part of our SPY early access subscription, which you get on our website, Tarot for Traders, under our subscriptions. Hover over order now, click on subscriptions, and you want early access here, click here to order, gets you access to the public readings as early as possible, and Discord trade alerts and chart information. Much appreciation to everybody that goes ahead and does that. So on the 17th, in the midst of that rally, we open up a partial short, maybe add to it on the morning of the 21st. Either way, we want to close out of that probably at the end of the day on the 21st, maybe the 22nd. On the 22nd, we have a period of volatility. The 21st or the 22nd is where our lowest low for the month is. It may be a revisiting of the 14th, or it'll be lower. Either way, that volatility on the 22nd ends with a fast move higher, and then we have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance on the 23rd. Mixed behavior on the 24th, declining from resistance to meet support, returning all the way back to that resistance, and then retracing back all the way to support, creating a sideways S formation within a channel. We have a prominent peak on the 25th. There is some possibility of a highest high there, although it's not nearly as strong of a possibility as the 3rd, 4th. If there's a highest high there, it's going to be like a revisiting of the 3rd, 4th, but I don't think we come in high enough for it to be a revisiting. It's just going to be a prominent peak there most likely, and that resistance that we rally into midday on the 25th, we're going to decline off of pretty notably with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down into an important multi-day trough on the 28th. Trade opportunity there at that resistance level again to open up a short, which you could close on the 28th in the midst of that decline. I wouldn't wait long, and I wouldn't be looking for a lowest low there. And then in the midst of some price swinging, back and forth between the 28th and the 29th, looks like we probably revisit that support level from the 28th again on the 29th with a sharp drop within a period of volatility, and then drop over the weekend with a notably bearish day on the 30th into an important trough. There's possibility it's a lowest low, but I don't think it is on the 30th. On the 31st, we have a fast sudden move higher, and then a retracement of that move back down probably at the end of the day. But very likely there's a year's high here because we have cross-reading congruency on the 2024 reading for the high. What do I mean by that? If you go to the 1 year reading, the high card, the high representational card is the defeat card. We have it taking place here at a very notable location. This is where we most likely have a high. There's some cross-reading congruencies indicating that as well. So this is most likely a highest high over here for the year, just to point that out. And what's interesting is that the low significator card for October on the 1 year right here is the sneak preview card for the following month. So my sense is that we probably see a lower price in November than we had in October. Those are the best trades in the chart behavior. Highest high, again, just to reiterate, here around the 3rd, 4th. Lowest low around the 14th, 15th, and then probably revisiting on the 21st, 22nd, or a lower one here. Lastly, we're going to take a look at September and see how we're doing thus far. All right, so I had a lowest low on the 6th, possibly revisiting it on the 9th, but more likely revisiting it or lower on the 11th. And you can see on the 11th, we came all the way back down to the low. On the 6th, we had the lowest low, and then here on the 11th, we had the lowest low. Nailed that, absolutely nailed that. We also had that there was a higher price level. There was a highest high for the month, thus the day before the month starts, if that makes sense. Right here, there was a peak, right? And that came to fruition. Then off of the low here, we also had a significant high form. But we had that most likely that we're going to see highs for the year. So this is pretty solid so far. Highs for the month of September here around the 24th, 25th. But this is really solid as far as the trade opportunities, people following along with our early access subscription and our Discord trade alerts. See these ellipses here? This is part of what you, on the Discord, if you have early access, you get the Discord channel that has the link, the live trading view, live updated trading view chart link there on the Discord. So you're able to follow these trades pretty solid, pretty easily following along. If you're wondering, the September reading was created on June 27, 2024 at 1:28 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's SPY for October, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Most importantly, guys, make sure to follow that Rule of Karma. If you don't know what the Rule of Karma is, there's a video on our channel, on our homepage, Tarot for Traders, explaining it. It's the whole purpose of the channel. You go to our resources tab, Tarot for Traders, on tarotfortraders.com. 5% of all profits from this information is to be donated forward to one of these charities. Just click here and donate. And 5% of the profits is to be donated back to the channel. Much love and appreciation to all my angel investors going ahead and doing that, leaving you with 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you're an angel investor of the channel. The universe is going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Not to mention, we also give you when you're a repeated angel investor, we send you a link to a private angel investor Discord channel where we have all of our special offers and things like that posted. Again, much love and appreciation. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.